Hi guys, it's Borkson. Hello, welcome to my channel if you are new here. Welcome back if you've been here before. So today guys is long awaited Ron Weasley character crush video. Guys, I'm serious. I got my pens in my hand. I have been meaning to film this video for 2 or more years. I haven't got around to filming it. So here we go. And now that they're coming out with a new Harry Potter cast and all, I have to add a disclaimer. When I say I shouldn't even have to add a disclaimer because I'm 33 years old. So to me, naturally, Rupert Grint is Ron Weasley's actor. So we'll try to ask for him too. We'll do a whole separate video on Ron, Harry, Daniel, and Rupert. We'll do all 4 different videos. Okay, guys. I already did the Malfoy one, but let me explain. I liked Malfoy from the beginning, and then I didn't, and then I did, and then I didn't, and then I did it. Got it. Harry. We'll have to talk about Harry later on. So anyway, Ron is the whole reason I got into Harry Potter. I hated it, guys. When Harry Potter first came out, I was like, this looks so stupid. It's a girl hanging out with two guys, which, in defense, I usually did. I didn't get along with girls until I was older. So, like, this redhead is ruining it. Like, look, this redhead is just. I had some very choice thoughts about Ron Weasley that I'm not going to share here on this character crush video because they were not kind. I thought that he was another boring redhead, this based off like this. My mom actually got me a Hagrid. I'm sorry, that's not her name. No, Hagrid's well guys, I'm sorry. Whatever the name of Harry's bird was, it's not the animal, just thinking of a cute little plush. Maybe it was a keychain, I don't remember. Unfortunately, I don't have her anymore. I was like, this needs to go back, Mom. This needs to go back. But then I was like, you know what? No, Hagrid is the elderly, the gatekeeper. So that's not her name. Yeah. So guys, yeah, all I cared about was Ron. Like Ron was my favorite character. I actually ended up loving that little stuffy, and unfortunately, no longer have her. But anyway, guys, I loved Ron Weasley. And you know what's funny? My mom didn't even know that I had liked Ron. My mom knew that I hated Harry Potter, and all of a sudden I was into it. And she was like, this is odd. Like, she didn't like this. It had nothing to do with it. Now all of a sudden she can't get enough of it. I'm gonna be honest, I was very obsessive. I was a late reader. Actually, my family seemed to think I couldn't read, so the books just were not. I had the first couple books, but I wasn't really allowed to read them as saying I was, not able to read, so I could not read them. Sorry, guys. My king is in here right now. Hi, honey. Hi, King. He's a sweet boy, guys. His fur is like so sweet. I call them all kings and queens because I don't want the real names being on the internet. I feel lonely other than talking to Nina, which is the name I use for my friend on the internet. Talking to Nina, other than talking to her, I was feeling a little lonely today. And King came in here. Yes, King, that's my charger. Anyway, guys, sorry, my cat friend came in here. I fell madly in love with Ron Weasley. Basically, I think at the first look, I was like, this guy is annoying, and I was coming up with reasons that I wouldn't like the movie because of Ron Weasley. Anyway, my friend was a big Harry Potter fan, Gabby, who lived down the street. Her mom, one time, we went to get like chips or something, and her mom said, "Girls, Harry Potter's on this channel," and I was like, "Let's watch it. Let's not be." Guys, I only seen the very tail end of it. Harry fighting the two-sided guy, and fell madly in love, and was like, could it possibly be? Sorry guys, it's my friend. Could it possibly be I don't like Ron Weasley because I'm in love with him? And I was like, no, this isn't happening. I was like 10. I was like, this isn't happening. It was the summer between 4th and 5th grade. They showed the cast dressed up with the characters. One look at Rupert Grint, and I've never turned back. I was like, I want him. I need him. Where is he? I'm running away to get that boy. I had a teacher who actually, my mom realized I got really obsessed with Ron, Rupert. I didn't pronounce Rupert right, so that's more for the actor video. So I told you about Rupert. And my mom had no clue what show he was from. My mom was getting scared that I was possibly maybe talking to a stranger online. Oh, ultimately, I had a crush on a character. And we went back to school, and the teacher said, Mrs. I don't want to say my last name right here. Borkson's mom. Your daughter, I know what's wrong with her. And Mom was like, what? There isn't anything wrong with her. She got a crush on Rupert Grint. My mom was like, and who and what and what? Because, like I said, guys, there was a boy in my school whose name was really close to a Harry Potter character and actor, like mesh-up name, that honestly was a coincidence. Like, who would be named Daniel Potter? It would be like, what? But it happened. And I went to school with two brothers who had both. One brother shared the name with the character, and one brother shared the name with the actor. But remember, guys, we're 90s babies, so it was all coincidence. Yeah, we're not. One brother was a jerk, and the other one I didn't know. So I'm not going to bash the brother. I don't know what their names on here. Neville was a jerk, but Matthew was very nice. But anyway. Matt and Neville have nothing to do with it. We'll talk about them. Eventually, guys, we'll get into Matt and Neville, I promise. It'll be a different rant for another video. Neville was a jerk to me. But I do say it as the person I went to school with, not the Harry Potter character. But anyway, yeah, I fell madly in love with Ron Weasley, and I had to have dolls of him. Guys, you understand here? That has... I manipulated my parents to get me a Ron Weasley doll for Christmas. And I told my parents I was not going to have my surgery that was going to save my life. So I got that next to my nose. Without my Ron. And you know what? Ask me today. Or I did the same thing with Edmund from Narnia, so kind of crossover. I did that with both of them. Ask me today, do I want my Ron Weasley or do I want my tooth? Anyway, guys, I tried to get into the books. I bought the books. My parents were not. I mean, my dad was okay with this. My dad would go along and go Malfoy and Rupert. Like, he went along with it. I think we called him Rupert. We couldn't pronounce Rupert, which is kind of... you guys know by now. I'm going to be honest. You guys know my dad's name was not Rupert. That is a cover name I use for him. That's why I'm like, that kind of sounded weird, but that is, yeah, we all know that my dad's name is very similar to Rupert, but was not Rupert. But I used to call him Pert on here so no one got my father's legal information while he was still living. Anyway, guys, my dad was very okay with this Ron scenario. He was like, we're going to buy you every Ron Weasley thing we can get you. And like, my mom and we didn't get along on that topic. She did not want me anything to do with Harry Potter. My school even took us on field trips to see Harry Potter movies and all, guys. We had fun. They only did it with the second one. I don't know why they didn't do it with the other ones. I really enjoyed them. It was great. I think it was the third one. I dropped my hand sanitizer. Typical Borkson. We had to look for it. I thought they changed Malfoy. It was great, guys. I mean, when they see Ron and he's like, you have to go on Harry, not us, you. And I was like, don't. Ron, don't you dare pass. No way. Sorry, guys. I don't want to hit that out, but I'm not going to. Okay, guys. All throughout the movies, sorry, I had a really bad cough. All throughout the movies, Harry wouldn't have gotten anywhere without Ron. People say Ron's comic relief and Ron's nothing. That is not true. Think of it. The Sorcerer's Stone, Harry and Hermione Harry and Ron Hermione and Ron went with Harry. So everybody gives Hermione her credit, but nobody gives Ron his. In every movie, Ron Weasley played a credit to helping Harry, not just Hermione. So I'm tired of people saying that Ron is a useless character. First off, just looking at him, okay, Rupert Grint is drop dead gorgeous. I mean, then again, not all of us are attracted to strong, sexy, red-headed men, but I mean, I am, but that's just me. I was told growing up that my brother looked like Rupert. I don't agree to that in any language, any area of expertise. I do not agree that my brother looked anything like Rupert Grint or Ron Weasley. Yes, he actually, no offense to Derek, when he was younger, he actually almost looked like he could have played Ron more than Rupert Grint. Your brother was a tall, skinny, dark redheaded man. The only thing he didn't have his facial freckles. Because neither is Rupert Grint. Rupert Grint looks like he has them in other places. But yes, guys, I think Rupert Grint was a great actor to play Ron. It's now hard for me to see those pictures of, I don't want to say the young man's name on here for legal reasons, who is playing the new generation Ron. It's hard for me to see that young man. I don't want to insult the young man. He is a child portraying Ron, because in my mind it's Rupert Grint is Ron. So it's kind of weird to see the young man. You know, he does look similar. I just think it's kind of odd. Yeah, I'm known to have a huge thing for videos going on way too long. Okay, guys, this is just me just saying, like, Ron was gorgeous. Ron even wore that locket to help Harry in the Chamber of Secrets. I'm not saying too much about the movies. I never read the books fully. I only read maybe, I don't think I read like a half of a chapter of one and another. Guys, because I don't want to turn it, nobody probably knows about Harry Potter, but. So, guys, we will be getting more into guys, that's my clean clothes liner. We will get more into character crushes, each character, what I liked about each character. Because, guys, I met a guy who looked like Bill Weasley, who was like asking me out because he thought I would, because he looked like Ron, and I went, guys, I got to live out my crush on Ron Weasley in real life. I got asked out by Rupert Grint's doppelganger. You guys will have to hear that video another time. And no, you guys have heard about him. It's just, he's not. Okay, guys, so my story is, I love Ron Weasley. I'm very protective of Ron. I even bought his wand to be Harry's and disguised as Ron's. Like, all of this stuff, guys. I have action figures of Ron. I have a pillow, a stuffed animal. I'm going to use my Squishmallow I have here for reference, guys. My Ron Weasley Squishmallow is the one that I hugged while my father was dying. That is the one that I hugged, and I cried all over Ron. Ron was comforting me. So for that reason alone, it made me love Ron Weasley all that more. I was hugging a Ron Weasley Squishmallow while my father was clinging on to life. And I was screaming, "Daddy, don't leave me. Daddy, don't leave me," while hugging my Ron Squishmallow. And that Squishmallow means a lot to me, because when hugging him is when I realized I had to let go of Dad. So the Squishmallow, so Ron has an emotional layer to him that wasn't there months ago. So guys, yes, I love my stuffed animals. I love my dolls. I had a Ron Weasley action figure, but thank you to Buddy decapitated him like he did Edmund in Narnia doll. Buddy, I love that boy, but he knew how to chew on my favorite toys. Okay, guys, remember to comment, like, share, subscribe. If you want to see me gush over any more handsome Harry Potter actors, now that they're being recasted, comment down below. Bye, guys.